In this video, we'll walk you through using the brand new official Runpod ComfyUI template to download your favorite diffusion models and begin using them immediately, all within a few minutes. Stay tuned. So here's a brief description of the new template. It includes the latest version of ComfyUI, KJ nodes for easily inferring with popular common and image models, Jupyter Notebook for convenient file I/O and terminal access, as well as an additional, more efficient and user-friendly UI called FileBrowser that handles file transfer better than Jupyter does. Notably, the template does not include any models, which is a departure from our previous official templates. The reason for this is to avoid frustrating users by forcing them to download a model they might not need or want, which makes their startup times longer for a model they're just going to ignore and delete anyway. So, we'll go through various processes for downloading models so you'll become familiar with how to do it on your own. In this video, we'll go through 4 methods for getting files into the pod. We'll go through a simple drag and drop through FileBrowser. We'll show how to download specific single files from the internet through wget. We'll show how to clone entire repositories with Git. And then we'll show how to download models and LoRa's from CivitAI through their API access. So we're going to set up a pod with a new official template. While previous templates had different builds for the new Blackwell cards, this template is a one-size-fits-all offering and should work with any cards, including 5090s and B200s. In this example, we'll select the 5090 to deploy our pod. Next, we'll go to Edit Template, and then we'll search for Comfy to bring up the official Runpod template, which will have the official Runpod logo attached. And once that's selected, we'll go ahead and deploy our pod. We'll demonstrate the file browser first, which will be on port 8080. And we'll just click Connect to open it up. The default login and password are going to be admin and admin12, all lowercase. This is a UI that makes it easy to send and receive files in your pod. Although Jupyter Notebook can also transfer files, its implementation is not as robust as one might prefer. Transfer speeds are often slow and can be easily interrupted. This browser has a much less flaky setup and provides more information about the transfer, rather than a small featureless bar that Jupyter has. So to demonstrate an example, we'll navigate to our diffusion models folder in ComfyUI. And I'm just going to drag a model into the folder and it will automatically begin uploading. In the lower right, you'll see specifics about your transfer speed and time remaining, which is more information than Jupyter Notebook will give you. Anyway, this transfer method relies on your local internet speed, since that's what will be used to upload the file into the pod. So this might be better suited for smaller models like LoRa's that you've created, rather than large checkpoints that you can pull from somewhere else on the internet. Next, we'll go through downloading some files through the terminal, and for this we'll use Jupyter's terminal to demonstrate, but this should work in any terminal you'd like. First, we'll need to change the correct directory to download the models to. Every workflow is different, but I have listed some common locations on the screen. In this case, this is a text encoder, and we know the exact path and Hugging Face that this file lives on. I've already copied it, and we'll type in wget and paste in the path. Be sure to remove the question mark and any unnecessary parameters after it. Otherwise, these will be passed along to the file name and need to be removed after the download. Once you hit enter, the model will download automatically and be ready for use after the download completes. Next, we'll show how to clone an entire GitHub or Hugging Face repo, which will bring all files from a repo to your pod, rather than just one. First, we'll need to install Git LFS. The first step is to run apt-get update so that the OS has an accurate list of available repositories. Once this completes, we'll then run apt-get install git-lfs to download the package. Finally, we'll initialize it with git-lfs install. These steps are necessary, otherwise any files over 100 megabytes will be ignored. Once this is done, then we can type git clone and pass in the path of the repo, and it will download all the files from the repo. You'll need to move any necessary files into your desired location after the fact, but this is the easiest way to automatically pull down an entire repo to your pod. Finally, we'll walk through downloading using the API through CivitAI. Before we do anything else, we'll need to create an API key on the CivitAI website. This can be done by going Settings and then scrolling down to API keys. Click Add Key and give it a name, and then copy the provided key immediately, as you will not be able to see it later. Once that's done, return to your terminal and then cd into the path you would like to download the model to. One of our community members has created a script to automatically download or provide a file from CivitAI. We'll provide the commands for you to copy and paste in the description, along with a link to the repo for the script. After that, the last step we need is the model identifier in CivitAI, which tells the script where to pull the model from. This identifier can be found under the Details box on the Models page. The one we are after will be on the right-hand side. We can simply click it to copy it. With that identifier in hand, we can then go back to our terminal and type in download-model, paste in our identifier, and then enter a period to download it to the current path. We can then paste in our CivitAI API key when asked for it. We will only be asked once as long as the pod is running. At that point, the model will download and be ready for use once it completes. We'll show how this works with a quick demonstration of SDXL. In this example, we've already downloaded the main and refiner SDXL checkpoints to our /checkpoints folder. And the last thing to do is to use one of the pre-built workflows to show how it works. We can do this by going to Templates, searching for SDXL, and using the SDXL simple template. Though it looks like a bit of a mess, in truth this is a very simple, easy to use workflow. Most of the text boxes are simply informational. The main and refiner checkpoints are displayed in the load checkpoints nodes, while the prompt is shown in the positive prompt node in the upper left. With that said, all there is left to do is to click Run, and then the process will run and then show the generated image in the bottom right. Anyway, I hope this video was useful. If you have any questions, feel free to pop them into the comments or ask them in our Discord, and we would be glad to help you out.